Well, hello everyone. Yes, I want to thank everyone who have registered for the Leadership Masterclass coming up next week. This is a tester. This is um, a prelude, just to give you an idea what is going to be happening on that very day. If you have not registered yet, please do register. It's a paid event. Yeah, it's going to be a paid event. So if you have not registered, please do go and register. So I'm going to wait for people to come in. I'm going to wait for people to come in. Yeah, we are talking about leadership. I don't know the type of leadership you aspire to be. I don't know what position you aspire to go for. Whatever it is, yeah, we're going to look at leadership for church settings, for charity settings, for organizations how to get into leadership positions as directors, as CEOs, as leadership in politics, in community events, community organizations, whatever it is. Leadership is leadership. So it's there's no difference. It's not if it is a charity, it doesn't. It's not less. If it is a multinational corporation, it's not less. If it is a bank, it's not less. If it is leadership in the government, it's not less. Leadership is leadership, wherever you are, whatever, wherever you work, whether it's a corporation, leadership is leadership. Whether it's in politics, leadership is leadership. But you must define where you want to go with your leadership. But it's not really the position that is important. It is you as a leader. It is you as a leader. The first question you have to ask yourself and answer genuinely is, why do you want to be a leader? Why do you want to be a leader? I will lead you to answer that yourself. You must find out why you want to be a leader. Because knowing why will help you to shape your leadership skills. So why do you want to be a leader? As I've said earlier, leadership is the ability to lead yourself in order to influence others to do things they would otherwise not do. Leadership is the ability to lead yourself. And that is a big statement. It is a big statement. A lot of people think they can lead themselves, but they can't. A lot of people fight for positions because they want to be leaders, but they cannot even lead themselves. They are bad followers. Wherever they find themselves, they are bad followers. They are bad workers. They are not consistent. They go to work late. They take excuses from work every now and then, and they want to be leaders. No, you can't. You can't be a leader in that way. You can't be a worker. You can't be appointed into a position. So leadership is the ability to lead yourself. And I'm going to be talking about the characteristics of leading yourself. What does it mean to lead yourself? It's a big area. So if you are interested, and I encourage you to register, you see the details for how to register on it's through PayPal. You can register through PayPal. Register through PayPal. I'm trying to let me write it down. Register. For the leadership masterclass. Via PayPal. That is Chika Amadi. Chika Amadi. That's me. Oh, sorry, it went off. Yeah, that's me. Trying to get it right. Me.com. Yes. So register at chikamadi@me.com. Okay, we'll go back. Let's continue with our discussion. Okay, I'm trying to get this. Okay, sorry, I want to know how many of you that are on. Okay, let's go back. The first thing is, I want you to write down 5 things, 5 reasons why you want to be a leader. Write it down. During the masterclass, we'll start with that. Why do you want to be a leader? Why do you aspire to be a leader? Do you think you are a born leader? Do you have the skills? Do you have the passion? Are you drawn to leadership? Or are you occupying a leadership position? I want to know why you want to, what you want to take out as well from the master class on the 8th of January. I want to know. So leadership is the ability to lead yourself. The second question I will leave with you is, can you lead yourself? What does it mean to lead oneself? To you personally, what does it mean to lead yourself? Your ability to answer that question means it will really take you far. What does it mean for you to lead yourself? If you can't lead yourself, you can't lead others. That's a statement of fact. If you can't lead others, if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead others. So write it down. On the 8th of January, at the masterclass, leadership masterclass, we're going to be looking at that. What does it mean to lead yourself? We said leadership is the ability to lead oneself and influence other people in certain ways, or influence them to do things they would not otherwise do. That's leadership. Now, leadership is not the same thing as position. Because you see, you go to some companies, you go to churches, you go to charity organizations, people are fighting for position. You see people angry with the other person, fighting the other person, somebody they think is that is occupying their position, they're eyeing, and they begin to fight, they begin to argue, they begin to put somebody down. What you're doing is you're looking for position. Position is different from leadership. Leadership does not mean position. Position, you could be a manager, you could be a secretary, you could be a marketing officer, you could be whatever. That could be your position, but it is different from leadership. So if what you desire is to have a position alone, that means leadership is not for you. Leadership goes beyond position. You can have position without being a leader, but you can never be a leader without having a position somewhere, wherever you find yourself. You cannot be a leader and be ignored. You cannot be ignored. You see, being a leader will always make position for you. Being a leader will always create position for you. So that's why it's very important that you come onto this program on the 8th of January so that you can hone your leadership skills, so you can improve your leadership skills. So leadership, as we said, is not about position. Leadership has nothing to do with position. But when you are a good leader, it can earn you position anywhere, anytime. You will be a hot cake. People will look out for you. People want you in their teams to lead them. Even when you didn't apply for positions of leadership, positions will just be thrown at you. People will want you because there's something you have. So leadership, as I said before, is not the same thing as position. Position is different from leadership. And this program is meant for those who want to be leaders. As I said, leadership will earn you positions anywhere. But if you are going in for a position, you are not a leader and it may not gain you leadership. So leadership is different. Leadership is different. On the 8th of January, we are going to be holding the Men Leadership Masterclass. And I hope you will not miss it. Do not miss it. If there's something I want you to take out today, it is that leadership is the ability to lead yourself, the ability to lead oneself, then the ability to influence other people to do what they would otherwise not do. So, do you think you are a leader? Are you a born leader? Get in touch. Let me hear from you. I said, write down what you think that makes you a leader. If you tell me that yes, I can lead myself, write down for me in the class on the 8th what are the skills and characteristics that makes a leader. What are the characteristics that makes a leader? If you say you have it, I want you to write it down. We're going to be discussing it. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Please remain with me. I'm trying to, let me share this. We are looking at leadership. Please do let me know who you are, where you are chatting from, and what you want to take out of this meeting. Leave a comment for me. You must have heard me, and I said, why do you want to be a leader? On the 8th of January, we're going to be holding the leadership masterclass. This one is a tester. This one is just a prelude. And for the masterclass, some people have registered. I will encourage you to register. Um, I will send the details very soon. I want you to register on the 8th. We are going to be looking really, really in depth. Why do you want to be a leader? I want to know why you want to be a leader. And I want to know your abilities. What are the skills? What are the abilities you have that makes you a leader? What are the abilities? What are the skills? We are going to be looking at them in depth. There are so many of them. There are so many skills because we said that leadership is the ability to lead oneself. And that is a very big statement. What does it mean to lead yourself? What does it mean for somebody to lead themselves? What does it mean? How do you lead yourself? How will you lead yourself? How will you lead yourself? What does it mean to lead oneself? What does it mean to lead oneself? It's something that we must define if you must be a leader. And I said earlier that leadership is not the same thing as holding position. You may be holding a big position in your workplace, but your employers may be bypassing you to talk to somebody else. So, to have a relationship with somebody else, and you are there carrying a big position, and maybe you get jealous. You start getting jealous that the other person may have done something. They have not done anything. It's because they are leaders, though they may be in the middle or lower level of leadership or position in your workplace, but they are leaders. That's why the top leaders always spot somebody who has the characteristics of a leader. No matter you may be skilled and you're given a position, but you discover that you don't even know how decisions are made. You are bypassed when decisions are being made. Why? Because you don't have the traits of a leader. Leaders have threats, and these are the things I'm going to be dealing with and explaining more and going in depth on the 8th. As you know, by God's grace, I am the resident pastor of Good News Bible Church, and I make a lot of decisions. I am also a trustee of charities, different charities. I'm a director of many companies by God's grace. And I have been a one-time councillor, elected councillor. So I was among those making decisions for London Borough of Harrow from 2015 to 2018. And I was also immediate past leader of the Christian People's Alliance Party in the UK. I was a leader, I was the president, the first female and first black president of the Christian People's Alliance Party, a registered party in the UK. So all these things demand making important decisions. But the question is, how did they spot me to appoint me to be a leader? What did I do differently? What is it I had that many people who have been there didn't have? People had their skills, people knew what they're doing, but there must be something different that made them appoint me. So that's what I want to share with you, the secrets that will make you to be discovered and be appointed to directorships, be appointed to executive boards as CEOs, the qualities that top leaders are looking for to appoint you to important positions. As I said, I was a leader, one of the elected councillor at the London Borough of Harrow. where we make decisions for the whole borough. And I'm the resident pastor of Good News Bible Church, and I make the decisions how the charity is run. I'm a director of many companies, So there are reasons why somebody is appointed and other people are not. So I want to share these secrets with you. Leadership is never handed over to you. Nobody is just handed leadership unless they want that company to fold. Unless they want the company to fold, they will just hand it over to anybody. Nobody will hand you leadership because you are present, because you are there. They will only hand leadership to you if you have a track record. You must have a track record. There is something special you bring to the table that other people do not bring. You bring influence. And if you carry influence wherever you go, leaders of companies will spot you. They will spot you. And I want to help you to hone your skills, to position you, so that wherever you go, no matter the company where you have been, you will see you be a hot cake. They will want to appoint you and give you assignments. So the track record of problems you have solved is what makes you a leader. It's one of the things that make you a leader. Track record, solutions that you have provided to problems. Leadership is not the same as position. It's not how long you have been in a company that will make you a leader in that company. It is not how long you have served. It's not the positions you have held. You can hold a position, but you don't even know how decisions are made. So I want to help you to learn how to present yourself, position yourself for top positions where decisions are made. The greatest asset of a leader is people. Whether you are holding position or not, if you want to be a leader in your field, your greatest asset is people. People. What do you do with people? How will people help you to hone your leadership skills? Come back on the 8th of January and you will hear me talk about it. So your response to responsibilities distinguishes you and the positions given to you. Your response to responsibilities is a very key factor in somebody spotting you as a leader. No leaders, no company will want to appoint somebody who is full of excuses, taking excuse every time you're off work. No leader wants to appoint somebody who is not consistent, who is not loyal. People, they only, for a leader must be a person who is loyal, who is consistent. If you're not loyal, 1 minute you are there in the company, you are for the company, you support the company, you bring something to the table. The next 2 minutes, your mind is somewhere else. You cannot be a leader. So, you must not, if you want to be a leader, there's no place for excuses. There's no place for excuses. As I said, today is just for us to, it's a tester, it's a prelude. So leadership means showing the way how things are done by example. Leadership is showing the way, showing other people the way, how things are done. It is having influence and ability to influence others to do things they cannot do for themselves. And as I said before, leadership can never be handed over to you because leadership is not about position. Leadership is not about position. So because you have a position does not make you a leader. Because you occupy a position does not make you a leader. Leaders are those who make the decisions. Then those in position carry out the decisions. Leaders are the ones that make decisions anywhere. Then those who are holding positions carry out the decisions of the leaders. For example, in the UK here, in the government or local authority, leaders who are like councillors make the decisions, and the staff of the local authority carry out the decisions that have been made. So how do you get into that place where decisions are made? And as I said, you don't need to have a position to be a leader. So what are the issues that will hinder you from being a leader? You can never be a leader if you're always passing over opportunities and assignments. You can never be a leader. Leaders are doers. They are people who make things happen. When there are people lack what to do, when people lack ideas, leaders step in. Leaders are people with ideas, people who bring workable ideas to the table. Leaders make decisions, they make things happen. Then those who hold positions implement the decisions of the leaders. So it is not your position. Leadership is different from position. You can have a position in a place, but you don't even know how decisions are made. You are only carrying out the decisions. You are carrying out the assignments only. So what we're looking at is we want to build people who will be in a place of influence, who will be one of those making decisions, whether you're a Christian or non-Christian, whether in the church setting, whether in the business setting, no matter where you find yourself, so that you are an influence, whether you are at the top echelon of position or you are below. No matter the position you hold, you have to hone your influence, your power to influence decisions, whether you are a production manager, whether you are a delivery man, whether you are a laborer there, whether you're a messenger, you can carry heavy influence that people listen to you, that people follow your advice, that you are part of those making decisions for your company. So if you are never loyal and consistent, you can never be a person of influence, you can never be a leader. If you are never loyal in your workplace, wherever you find yourself, you are not loyal and you are not consistent, you will not. That is not a characteristic of a leader. It's not a characteristic. When they're looking for somebody who they want to lift up and position or give him top position, they will never look for somebody who is disloyal, who is never consistent, who is full of excuses. Leaders are people who do not give excuses when there is assignment, when there is problems to solve. Leaders are people who stand up and deal, who are never afraid of making decisions. Leaders are people who are influencers, who influence those who make topmost decisions. That is leadership. So leadership is not about the position you hold. It's not about how long you have worked in a company. It's not about who you know. It is what you bring to the table. It is the ideas you bring to the table. It is your consistency. It is your loyalty. It is your skill. It is your knowledge. So it is your knowledge of your field, your own area of specialization, your knowledge that will attract people to listen to you. Leadership is about having people's ears wherever you find yourself. You may not hold a position, but you discover that people listen to you. People want to hear you talk. People want to know what your opinion is. People want to know what your idea is. That is leadership. That is leadership. So leadership is having that idea and that ability to carry people along wherever you find yourself. So I'm going to stop here. If you want to know more, I just touched a little bit. If you want to know more, you have to pay price to learn how to be a leader. Join me on the 8th of January I will share the link very soon on the 8th of January, and I will go deeper on tell you what it takes to be a leader. Thank you for watching, and for those who will watch later. Goodbye. God bless.